What's up, guys? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Lifestyle Boost Podcast. It's your host, Dosia Mabo.
And Emma Mabo.
Okay, so we have some bad news. So we actually filmed this episode last week and it was supposed to go out on Friday, but we just had issues with the audio. The audio didn't get recorded for whatever reason. So unfortunately, we had to scrap the episode. So we're redoing the episode. Right. However, we're still gonna make it fun. It's essentially gonna be the exact same thing we discussed. Sadly, this is gonna be the last episode with our lovely Christmas tree. I think we named her, was it Elizabeth or Mary?
I think we named her Mary.
Mary, yeah. So Mary is gonna be gone. This will be her last episode, but she was good while she lasted. But how crazy it is that like this year is over already. Like December was just a couple of months ago, and before you know it, we're in December again.
Yeah, and it's like we started this podcast. When did we start again?
We started 13th of November.
We started in November.
Was it November or October?
Guys, we needed.
It was October 13th.
Was it October?
Yeah, it was October 13th.
So October, November, December. That's like roughly 2.5 months.
It's about 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
And guys, we hit 1,000 subscribers.
I know we hit 1,000 on TikTok. I was not expecting that at all.
And I remember the way I saw it was I had just come back from work and because I do this thing where like I scroll through TikTok and see like I scroll to TikTok and see like the amount of subscribers that we gain because obviously you run the page. So like I have to go check all the time. So I get back from work and I saw that we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok and I was like, bro, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, like I knew that we were gonna get to 1,000 subs at some point, but I didn't think that like within the first 2 months. That just shows that like people do love our content.
I think we found our niche. We found our people that we're reaching out to, and we're super grateful, guys. We're super excited.
Well, yeah, honestly, just thank you. Even on Instagram, I mean, like, just the community, whenever we don't post an episode, there's people reaching out to us asking like, oh, what happened? Like, you haven't posted. Yeah,
I even had people texting me yesterday because yesterday was Friday.
Yeah,
you were texting me like, oh, what's the episode?
it's a lot starting a podcast, and like we have to deal with editing and all of that stuff, and we figure it out ourselves. So of course, as we grow, our team would expand, but as of right now, we're kind of just like a 3-man team, and that's okay.
And that's okay. I mean, besides the podcast, we have lives too.
Exactly.
We have work and school on the side as well. So like
okay, so I wanted us to talk about like our experiences.
Before we talk about that, we came in with the Texas vibe.
I know, like
Texas up in this thing.
We're representing Texas.
We're Texans now. Like,
I know they're so freaking cute. But yeah, Texas all the way. We're representing the little cowgirls in here. Okay, so topic of the day though. I wanted us to talk about festive activities here versus like festive activities back home. So I know like here there's so much going on, but like back home was different. So we didn't have like, you know how people go crazy with like the Christmas lights and all of that stuff out here, which of course is amazing. Actually, in my free time, I loved like just driving, around like really nice neighborhoods and like seeing like the crazy like decor they have.
There was this house that I drove past a few nights ago, and everything was lit up. Yeah, like everything was lit up, and I'm like, bro, like Jesus, you don't even, you don't need street lights at this point.
Yeah, well, this one guy's house, he had lights where like, oh, how do I explain it? Like each frequency of a light was a beat to a song. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like every time like each of the lights like flashes, like the frequency matches to whatever rhythm the song that's playing is. So like he had, I guess, a playlist and speakers outside, and the songs will literally, the rhythm of the songs like will match the frequency of the lights going out. That was insane. That crazy. Was like really pretty.
And I saw something online as well. I saw where did I see this? They have events where like houses compete.
Oh yeah?
Who has the most lights or whose light is the prettiest? I didn't know that was a thing. I was in my patient's room the other day and I saw my patient watching it. So apparently they have a thing where like, it's like whoever has the most decor wins some kind of prize. And I was like, that's
crazy. Yeah. I've never heard that. But back home we didn't have that. Like back home I suppose like we had, of course, like our Christmas trees and everything like that, but like it was never a thing where like your whole house outside is like,
No,
you know,
and
it's filled with
the decor that we did was literally just Christmas lights and the Christmas tree and
yeah.
ornaments, and period. That's it. There wasn't no gifts under the
no, there was
tree.
that's something too. Like we didn't have like opening of gifts, because I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the last episode, right? Like you basically were taken to the market and you get to choose whatever gifts you want. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna surprise this kid with like, you know, a Barbie or whatever. It's like you're taken to the market, at least for our households. Let me not speak for like every household. At least for our household, that's how it was. And also
like it was a little different because like as far as like Christmas gifts go, you get your gift in like November. So they take you to the store and you choose an outfit that you want. You know, you choose an outfit in like November, ending November, beginning December. So you choose that outfit and that's pretty much your Christmas gift.
Yeah.
You know, you wasn't gonna get no 7,000 toys under the tree.
I know.
Like that's not a thing. You know, but as compared to over here, I remember the first Christmas, it was like a shit ton of gifts under the tree, and I'm like, whoa, you know, like them kids get all these different types of toys.
Well, I mean, like I love that though, and you know, Ryan had asked this question in the last episode. He was like, what are like the differences in in Christmas activities out here, and like what would we like to incorporate, I guess, in the future. And I think for me, I believe this is what I said the last episode. It's like I would love to still keep that nostalgic feeling of how it was back home, but also like add on, you know, like different traditions that are celebrated out here, like the gifts under the tree and stuff like that. But I don't know that I would want to do it in like excess though, like some people
well
do.
It depends. Like for me, my kids obviously are gonna get gifts and whatever, but I'm not gonna give them excess toys.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like I'm not gonna buy you a toy and then the next day I'm tripping over the damn toy.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like or have like a whole basin full of toys.
I feel like it's excessive, you know, not saying that it's wrong. I feel like it's a little bit excessive.
Yeah, no, of course, if you want to get whatever you want to get for your child,
you
that's
can.
Yeah.
And also it's like, I don't know, like I just feel like the gifting stuff over here, I think is good though. Like I think it's good because compared to back home, like back home on Christmas Day, I feel like I was growing out of the Christmas excitement. As I grew older, I was like growing out of it. Like remember how we were much younger, Christmas was so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, obviously mommy's little bar out there, people will come drink and whatever. But when I was getting older, I wasn't as excited for Christmas as I was.
That's because like you become a teenager and you're like, oh, that's not cool no more.
Yeah,
like,
I became a teenager and I had a boyfriend and I wasn't, you know.
You were like, that's not for me anymore. Okay, I guess I had this question for you. Like, what are some gifts that you've received that like, be it as a kid or now, that you just looked at and you were like, why the fuck are you giving me this? Like, you didn't like it at all.
Whoa.
Have you ever had any gifts like that?
Generally, I'm very grateful for all the gifts that I get, but there's one, and bitch, you're not gonna catch me saying that right now because that's a setup. You're setting me up.
Was it me who gave you the gifts? I don't think I've given you that many gifts, have I?
You can't be asking me this stuff.
I think it was me. It might have been.
Oh.
Okay, well, we're not gonna.
I'm not gonna say, but I'm grateful for every gift that I got. No,
okay, so we're not gonna say we're not gonna say what the gift is because we don't want to call out the person. But
but typically I'm very grateful for all the gifts that I get.
But like, I still want to know what your expression was though when you saw that.
Okay, so it was a gift, right? And I opened it and I'm like, oh wow. You're like, what the fuck, you know, in my head I'm like, what I'm going to use this for, you know? In my head I'm like, what am I going to use this for, you know? But obviously, like, I'm grateful for the person taking out their time to get me something, but I'm like,
the gift that someone gave me that I was like, huh? Like, they gave it to me, I was just like,
what do you mean, huh?
Interesting.
Yeah.
They gave me a fan, right? And like, a fan is not a weird gift, but it was a type of fan they gave me. Have you ever gone into like my beauty room and like you've seen that little pink fan? It's like a table fan. When I got the fan, I didn't use that. Okay, so I got the fan when I left working at Walmart, and a lovely coworker of mine gave me that fan. And like, at first when he gave me the fan, obviously I was very thankful that I even got a gift. I've never been given a gift, you know, leaving from a place. But at the same time, I was just like, what on earth am I going to use this for? Yeah. I was like, this is interesting.
You know, you saying that, I would let you finish, but I have got a Christmas gift in like 2019.
Yeah.
And it was this dress. And I was like, why would you even give me
so
this?
I didn't open that. So I was given this gift in I think 2021 is when I was given this gift, but I didn't open it until like until this year. So like literally when we moved from like, you know, our old apartment, and like I did not open that gift. It was still packaged and everything like that. And then one day I was doing my makeup and I was like, I need a fan. And I remember that, oh, you dummy, you do have a new fan.
One, yeah.
So like till this day I do my makeup with like that little
little fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
but,
yeah,
like, initially when I got it, I was just like, what the hell am I gonna do with this?
I got a dress one time and I'm like, you must not know me. You know, it's like,
I know what you're talking
I'm like,
about.
wow, dude, like, huh?
I got a dress. I got a dress on my birthday. It was this black dress that I had.
And I'm
gotten.
like, I will never wear this.
I was like, this is not even my style.
You know, like as my friend, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to call you out, but as my friend, like, you know my aesthetic, like, bro, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I'm still appreciative though.
I'm grateful
like,
for every gift that I get.
I don't want
you
us
know?
to be like, you know, but it's just there's sometimes that you receive those gifts and you're just
bro,
like,
calm down, you know?
You could have just given me the money.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're still grateful for whatever we get.
Oh, okay. So I saw this on I think it was TikTok. Do you know, obviously you know who Madame Joyce is, right? She is currently in Nigeria.
Oh.
And she's experiencing dirty December. Yeah. And she is with this other creator. I don't know if you know her. She's called Adiola Patron.
Oh yeah, of course.
I love her. Like, so she was doing this thing where, like, I think for the whole month or something like that, she's speaking only Igbo or whatever her native language is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they were coming for her. But like when I went on her TikTok page and saw she was doing like every day of like speaking in her language, that was the cutest thing ever. Because like, I was just thinking, like, imagine we actually grew up knowing like our native languages. That would be a flex.
That would
like,
be a flex.
Yeah.
Or even like see, I've seen a lot of creators go to Nigeria and do Dirty December, and I was like, we need to go too.
Yeah, of course.
I think next year we should. Because I was talking to Kara about Dirty December. She was gonna go this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason she didn't end up going.
I was just gonna say, if we go, we have to drag her there because
of
like
course
she
we
would
have to drag her. You know what I'm saying? Like we
yeah.
have to. And Dirty December, like even celebrities that have gone to Nigeria, like right now B. Simone is in Nigeria as
Really?
well. Oh hell yeah, she's doing a concert in Nigeria. Keep in mind, them Nigerian people don't know what the hell she's talking about. You know, because she'll be like, baby girl, these Nigerian people don't know what you're talking about. But at the same time, it's like she's having the time of her life.
Yeah.
You know, she's eating so much food, like good food. McMill was in Dirty December too.
Really?
Bro, I'm telling you, celebrities
I figured like I figured like influencers made it a thing, but I didn't know that like
it was
mainstream like that.
It's mainstream. And also when Rex went back home, was it last year or the year before, he went to Dirty December, and he said that when he went there, like it's bougier than clubs out here, like,
of course,
because like over there, like the Dirty December, the clubs that are there, people are popping ace of spades like it's Casamigos over here.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a spot where like just people from outside of Nigeria go to. So like you're seeing Lambos, you're seeing big cars.
I would love to go.
That's what I'm saying. Like Dirty December over there is a thing.
Like,
bro.
I love. Obviously, we don't club like that, right?
Yeah.
But like, I love an experience where I go to a club and they're playing like African songs that I actually know.
Yes, and everybody's vibing
and
to,
everyone
you know?
is vibing to it. Like, it's hard to find like that type of a place out here. You know what I mean? And that's what I really want to experience. Like, I really want to experience like just being around like African people. And
I'm
just
telling you, I
vibing,
feel like
you
you know, hopefully Cameroon gets to a point where we can actually, you know, I mean, I feel like we can go to Yaoundé and party in our own city.
Yeah, of course,
you know?
of course.
But it's like Dirty December, like when people go, they come back and they have fun.
Yeah.
You know, they had Afro Nation over there one time and people was having fun, you know? But yeah, I feel like we should definitely go experience it.
Yeah, I definitely want to. And like, I saw it from, cause Madame Joyce, I think she's originally Nigerian, but I don't think she'd ever been. I think she was born and raised in London.
For some reason, I thought she was Jamaican.
No,
you know?
she's not. She does the accent so freaking good.
She does it so well. Because I remember one
good.
episode, she was like, if to choose between like a muscly guy and a fat one, she
Yeah,
was
she's
like,
just
me like the fat one, me like the, and I was like, I thought she was Jamaican, you
No,
know?
she said that she hangs out around a lot of like Jamaicans, but like she's
Yeah.
Nigerian. So she went with Adiola to Nigeria and they went to go do the Dirty December.
I feel like if
and
you go, you need to find a Niger person to go
yeah,
with.
that's what I was saying. But like, she was also learning the Igbo language. Oh my god, like she was so cute. Like that's where I saw it from. I was like, oh, that is so
That
nice.
is
Like,
nice, yeah.
I would love to experience that. I mean,
Oh,
we're
we
not
should
Nigerians.
create our own Dirty December in Cameroon, you know?
I know.
You know, we should create our own thing.
I think we'd probably have to call it something else because I don't want the Nigerians coming for us and say you guys are stealing our stuff.
We probably should, because it's a lot of Cameroonians that go party in like Yaoundé and Douala. I think we should probably even create our own. You know?
I would love to go back to Cameroon though.
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
I still like, you know, dream about it. I would definitely love to go
and
back.
go enhance on our French, you know.
You know. So I've been learning on Risotto Stone. I think that's what the app is called. I've been learning French on there.
That's good. I couldn't be bothered. Like school is already whooping me. I cannot learn nothing else.
I honestly, for the past couple of months, I haven't like been doing as much as I should. But like I have the app on my phone and I have a whole year free. So I've been learning a different language. I suppose I should also learn like Spanish because that's
I mean we're in
useful
Texas, you know.
Yeah, but
I was gonna ask you though. Like I was gonna ask you, would you rather, right? Would you rather? And I think you've asked me this already. Would you rather like spend like as of now, not like when we was kids or anything? Would you rather spend like your Christmas day here or back home?
Oh, back home all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I just feel like it's gonna bring back a lot of memories for me.
True.
The nostalgia. Like, I don't know if you experience this, but I experience this whenever I go to any city, the city smells different. Like every city. And I was telling Yai this like the other day, and like, well, I've had this conversation with him, but when I first had the conversation with him, he found it very weird. But I told him, like, I promise you, every city that I frequent or every new city I go to, it smells different.
I think the thing is, you pick a smell that you like and you stick to it. You notice the smell when you get there. Like a lot of people say too, like if you go to France, obviously it smells dirty or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like you notice a specific smell when you go to a spot and then you remember it. That's what I think.
Yeah, because like when I first landed in LA, it smelled polluted. That's what it smelled like. It smelled like a lot of like toxins in the air. I'm sorry, it just smelled polluted. I love LA. I lived there for so many years, but like I love visiting LA, but it did smell like polluted when I first went there.
That's disgusting.
And every time I go back there, it just smells polluted. Like it's because like in LA, you rarely see like land, like just open land like Texas, obviously, because everywhere is being like there's something being built. I literally remember we had like where the apartment I stayed at, there was like, it couldn't have been more than, how do I measure this? It couldn't have been more than like I want to say maybe 50 feet of land. It could, like maybe even smaller than that. I'm probably like, this is probably way off, right? But it was like a very narrow street. And I remember going to school one day and I was coming back and they was building like a tall apartment in there.
See, let's just
talk
about it.
No way.
Let's just talk about it. This
There's
Americans,
no way.
y'all are tripping with yours buildings, you know, because it's no way that in 15 business days there's a building standing somewhere.
I know, it's already standing.
Yes, it's crazy. And then it's like, not only did y'all put this building up in 15 business days, it's the same way if a fire were to start, it's going down in 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
You're thinking about 5. There was a tornado. That bitch is gone.
It's gone.
Just
it's gone. It's gonna be a landslide everywhere, and it's crazy. Like, see how like it. You know, we're not going to get into that, but like it's just 15 business days. Like a whole building is standing.
Yeah,
up.
but anyways, going back to the smell. I feel like every city that I've gone to, like when I came to Texas, Texas straight up smelled like dust. Like straight up. It's not insult.
So is this city that smell good to you?
Let me see. Oh, when I went to Atlanta smelled fresh. But we went to Georgia.
I think you're tripping. I don't think it smelled fresh. What are you talking about?
Georgia is a state. That's why I always confuse. I always think Georgia is a city and Atlanta is.
Honestly,
why do I do that?
Either.
No, Georgia is a state. Atlanta is a city. But so I think maybe the reason why it smelled fresh is because of the area we went to.
Oh yeah, we went to Sugarland. It was bougie.
Yeah, it must have been the area we went to because them houses.
Dude,
please.
Let's not even get to that.
No,
the houses was bougie, but I think it's because of like I guess the area is just clean. It's the same thing in San Antonio. Well, nah, in San Antonio, everywhere you go, smell tacos, January to December. It don't even matter where you go. You go and smell some kind of tostillos or some kind of flautas wherever you go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, San Antonio is like, I actually spoke to this guy yesterday, and he was asking me like, oh, what do you think about the tacos in LA and the tacos in San Antonio? I was like, honestly, I probably wouldn't be the best to give you that comparison, but I think that like generally the tacos that I've tried in LA were good, but the tacos out here are better.
It has to be better. You know, it's like born and raised.
You guys are tripping.
Oh no, I feel like
you would argue because you're born and raised
in LA.
So obviously you're naturally biased. I don't have anything with LA. I don't have anything with Texas. So I can say based off like comparing two.
I think generally the food in LA is a lot better than the food out here.
I don't think so. I think San Antonio doesn't have a variety.
No, I think it does. You just need to go to the south side, bro. I promise you. Like, it's born and raised Mexicans that they know their stuff. Like, even my friends tell me about people in Laredo, Texas. They were like, that's real Mexican food. Like,
yeah, of course.
Like, obviously, right here, we don't have the real Mexican food, but like, it's real Mexican food. Or even Loretta, bro. Like, remember Loretta used to cook for us? And that lady cooked so well. Like, her food was so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, remember how we used to have that little bar, that little pub?
Yeah.
I remember the last Christmas that I had in Cameroon before I moved out, I had told mommy that I was going to roast fish, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to roast fish and sell to make extra money just cause, right? Because I saw like roasting fish. So I've gone to Conjecam and if you don't work, well, people don't know what Conjecam is.
They wouldn't know what it is. Isn't it like a meat market?
It's a fish market.
Yeah.
So like there's like deep freezers, a ton of deep freezers, and there's different kinds of fish. So in one of them you have like tilapia, you have like mackerel, you have like shark.
I used to hate going to that store.
They used to have baby shark, right?
Yeah, like we grew up eating a lot of baby shark.
We grew up eating a lot of baby shark, and it's not baby shark. It's shark.
It's actual baby shark.
It's actually a baby shark. So we grew up eating that, and then there was just different types of fish. So you go there and you pick whatever fish you want, you weigh it and you pay. So she sent me to Conjecam. Now, if you're buying a lot of fish, they give you in a box, in a big frozen box. So I got the big frozen box and I get home and I'm like ready. I have my spices ready. And then come Christmas Day, my boyfriend was like gonna come to the house, and I just got lazy and I was like, yeah, I'm not making fish. So I gathered the little kids in the neighborhood, and I was telling one of the little kids, I was saying gill soup. You know, I was like, I guess you ain't getting no gifts today. You ain't getting fish. But that sounds so bad.
I know. Don't even give the context of it, because
like I'm not gonna give the context.
Yeah, we're not about to get dragged.
Yeah, but I told her, I was like, hey, come. Like, do y'all want fish? She'll say yes. I was like, go bring the other people. So I'm just sliding the fish in little bags, right? And giving them little kids. So mommy goes to the freezer and she's like, baby, where's all that fish? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I put some of the fish in the food. But like I had to give it out because my boyfriend came over. And let's talk about it too. Remember how back home when you have a boyfriend, you be giving your parents food to them?
I know. I didn't ever do that, but like our older siblings, I used to get caught up in between their mess.
No, because they'll be like, oh, go give this to this person. Go give this. So obviously I grew up following their footsteps.
Yeah, I didn't have to.
No, because my boyfriend at the time, it was Christmas Day and I had cooked, and mommy had this nice little flask, this little silverware not silverware, but like the little bowl. I keep forgetting the name. What is that thing called?
What do you mean, Tupperware?
Tupperware. Yeah. Yes. So she had this nice Tupperware that she had just gotten, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give him food in that. So I packed food in the Tupperware and I sent this one little kid in the neighborhood. I was like, hey, can you go give this uncle over there this thing? So she takes it and go gives him. And the next day, mommy said, baby, have you seen that my bowl? I'm like, no, I haven't. And mommy, she's so quick. She's so quick with it. Like, she knows that the bowl is not there. And she's like, have you seen that my bowl?
She would search through the whole house to find it.
She searched through the house to find it.
She has to look for it.
She has to look for it. And then a few days later, obviously he gave me back the thing. And I was like, mommy, isn't this the bowl that you're looking for? But I'm like, if she caught me, I would have been telling another story right now.
Well, for me, I didn't have to go like too far to like, get food to give my boyfriend. Because if I cooked that food, that nigga gonna be dead.
Yeah,
because I was
dead
a
as hell.
Horrible cook.
Bro,
like,
you were
I
bad.
Was bad. Like, I was terrible.
You were actually really bad.
Now I'm an amazing cook. Like, No, I would actually pat myself in the back and don't sit there making eyes when you know you come to my house and eat all my food. Like, let's be for real.
Okay. This one time, my mom had sent this girl to make gari. If you're Nigerian, it's called eba, right? So my mom sent her to make gari, and gari is just like, it's like fufu, but it's like more grainy or whatever. So my mom sent her to make gari. My mom was like, rinse this gari before you make it, right? Gari is the easiest thing. It's like cereal. You just put the water in there and it's done. It's the easiest thing you could possibly make. But gari is supposed to come out like fufu. It's supposed to be something that you can eat soup with, right? This girl came out with a soup. And my mom was like, what is this? What is this? I said to make gari. She came out with egg drop soup. That's what the gari looked like.
In my defense, she said, in my defense, she said rinse the gari. Okay, and keep in mind, I was only like 10 or 11, but she said rinse the gari.
You keep saying she said rinse the gari, right? All your years of eating gari, did you ever see gari that was served like soup? Did you ever chop gari with it like soup? That's what I'm trying to know.
But like in my defense, she said to rinse the gari though. That's what I don't understand.
No,
like that, she did tell me to rinse the gari. So in my defense, I went and like poured water in there, like I literally I liquefied the shit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pour off the water.
That's diabolical. Like it's diabolical because imagine like it's like, bro, what is wrong with you? And it's also like you've been eating gari since you was born. It's no way that you're bringing back soup,
And she roasted me. One thing about my mom is that if you cook bad food, she gonna drag you.
She gonna come for you. She
gonna drag you.
She don't play those games because she's gonna tell you, she'll be like, no, she can't do begin this. That was her slang. That was her slang. She's like, no, she can't do begin this. And I'm just like, oh my God, bro.
Okay, well, let's move on to our segments of the day.
Okay.
Do you have...
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any crazy stories that happened in your bar during Christmas time?
Oh, of course we did.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, there was the biggest one that happened was a fight. Mm-hmm. There was because like in our pub was the only pub in the area where our neighborhood was. I mean, there was pubs around, but you kind of had to walk further out. And our pub was the only pub in the area. And so a lot of the guys, like the younger guys in the neighborhood, would come to our house to drink. And our house was quite big too. So we had this huge hallway, right? And our store was right there. So that hallway, we basically turned into like a sitting area. Mm-hmm. And so we'd have and then we had a whole bunch of tenants as well. And so on the back side where we had the tenants, there was another huge area. So it's like there was a crowd that was always being pulled in our house every Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so this one time, my cousin, he gets drunk, right? Because usually, like, of course, at a pub, there's music, everyone's vibing, everyone's drinking. And so my cousin, he gets drunk, and then this other guy gets drunk as well. So the guy goes and changes the music. I think it's my cousin who actually started it. I think he's the one who started it. He went and turned off the music.
He turned off the music.
Oh, actually, it wasn't him. No.
When in toy?
It was his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin's best friend turned off the music or changed the music or something like that. And then the other guy who was also drunk as well was like, why do you change the music? And then, of course, you know how drunk people act. One thing led into the other. My cousin's best friend punched the guy. That was a very wrong decision.
And let me tell you what, this guy that got punched was Nigerian.
He was like WWE type guy.
I'm telling you,
he was muscular.
The fight was crazy. He was muscular. He was like working out. Like he was muscular. And so my cousin's little skinny ass dude over there trying to punch people, and this guy, I'm telling you, like the whole time when they were fighting, in my head I was like, dun, 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 dun,
right? It was like something out of it. Do you know what this dude did? I'm not exaggerating. He literally, I'm not joking, babe. Like he literally ripped off his clothes. Yes. He was only in his underwear, and he got into his unit. And he literally pulled you know them chairs that they close in WWE. He literally. You know the chairs I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the folding chairs.
The folding chairs. Them together.
The original folding chairs.
Yes,
babe, he went into his apartment, grabbed that chair, closed it to make it more dramatic. He was walking on the hallway
pulling the chair.
And before you know it, like we saw the chair literally swinging in the air. Like,
yes,
it was crazy.
In my head, I was like, dun, 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 dun. Because I was like, this is the Undertaker, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But like, it very quickly went out of hand though, because like the guys from our neighborhood now all came out and they wanted to fight this Nigerian guy. And then this Nigerian guy was like, oh, y'all are fucking with the wrong one. Yeah. So he called his people to come. So it was literally about to be like
Nigeria versus Cameroon.
Yeah, like a gang fight type shit. Yeah, it was so bad.
Like the fight how it got de-escalated was like they
de-escalated.
They de-escalated the fight. Our neighbor had to bring out his dog.
Yeah, he had a German Shepherd.
He had a German Shepherd. It was called
German
Panther.
Shepherd. Yeah, so it was Panther.
He had to bring out Panther, and Panther wasn't messing around. Like
he would bite your calf off.
That dog, he will bite your calf off. Panther wasn't messing around. So our neighbor had to bring out Panther, and Panther was like, he was barking, and people was
that's how people ran away.
That's how people ran away. Yeah. But like the fight was crazy.
That dog would eat you up. Like it was so bad. It went out of hand really quickly. And the Nigerian guy had already called his dudes, so his men were already like coming to come fight. It was about to be World War III in there.
Oh,
like, it was so
Cameroon
bad.
versus Nigeria. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It got de-escalated thanks to our neighbor's dog.
Our neighbor's dog. Shout out to Panther. Panther probably dead right now.
He is. He passed away. He did pass away.
No, he was like black and brown.
Black and brown. Yeah.
That was a nice dog.
He was very scary. Like whenever he's running, the floor we literally did it whenever he's running. It was a huge dog.
Them kids living in
but
bigger.
Like I guess fluffier. Yeah, and like
he was them kids that lived in that house were scared of hell.
I know. That like he didn't have a fucking cage. He had a whole room.
He had a room. Yeah. Yes, he didn't have a cage. He had a room. And when he's out, everybody's locked in.
Yeah. These people are literally raising a fucking tiger in their house.
Bro.
Like that's
that was
how
a
bad
lion.
It was.
Like he was a panther.
Yeah,
you know
but that's the only reason why that fight got de-escalated because of that. Because the whole neighborhood came out, and like to be honest, I kind of was on the Nigerian guy's side because
because
that
you
dude
can't be
is the
throwing
one
punches.
who punched him, and like he had to fight back. But that was literally what happened.
Real quick, another one. Real quick, I remember Emma was telling me a story about like your mom. And how somebody almost started fighting with your mom.
Oh yes. Okay. So this let me give y'all context. So it obviously like everybody had traveled out, and it was just me and my mom that was left in the house. Mm-hmm. And obviously we were still running the pub. And so this dude, he was a tenant in the house at the time. So he comes down to buy some food, right? I don't know what happened. But he comes down to buy some stuff, and then he's so disrespectful, talking crap to my mom. And so, like, he's just going off talking crap to my mom, right? And while I was at the pub, I wasn't taking crap from nobody. If you talk to me, I'll talk right back. And it is what it is, So he was disrespecting my mom. And I just hear my mom, like, I'm inside the house, and I hear my mom saying, like, well, you think you can talk to me like this because I don't have a son that is present in the house to defend me? I was like, oh, no, baby girl. No. You have a son and a daughter because I identify as a man. I'm going to come for you. And I started going back and forth with this guy. And I'm telling you, the guy didn't say come in. I was like, if you have something to say to her, say it to me. If you want to talk for me. I was like, talk for me. If you want to, bro, me and this guy were going back and forth. And I'm like all up in his face too. I'm like, talk to me, bro. Like, if you want to talk to me. And my mom was like, Emma, this Pekin, you need to calm down sometimes. I was like, no, talk to me. I was so hot-tempered at the time. And it was crazy because they felt like they could just disrespect mommy because like, obviously it was just me and mommy there. But they don't know that the child that mommy was having at home was something else.
But then again, like most of our neighbors too were haters.
Oh, they were haters.
A whole bunch of them,
haters. If y'all are watching this, all of y'all are haters.
Yeah,
bro.
you guys can fuck off.
But anyways, it was.
No, I'm serious. No, a lot of them were haters.
Like some of them. No, I'm not gonna put everybody in, but some of them were definitely haters.
Yeah,
like
some of them were.
They were like hating ass niggas. But
like whenever we would have to travel, we'd literally have to pull like a James Bond fucking
hide that stuff.
like
and it's like. it's like it's none of your business, bro.
Yeah,
like, go about your
because like
business.
they would literally like investigate like when are you traveling. Like,
yes,
I had this one lady literally in the back of our like behind my window at home, because like my mom used to lock me up at home, right?
Mommy was not about to get you. Mommy was not about to get you killed before you travel.
No, because like days leading up to before I travel, she was like, "You're not leaving this house." So she would go to work, and I'll be locked up at home. And like this one lady, one of our neighbors, like she literally walked behind our house, and she was like, "Babe," and like there's a fence, so she must have like come right into our yard to like go behind to get behind my window. Yeah, and then like she was walking behind, and then like just looking through the windows to see if she would see anybody, and then I was like, the hell, like what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm just picking yamangoro. Do you know what that is? She said she's just picking up
She said she's just picking up snails. Nyamangoro.
In our backyard.
Yeah.
There ain't no fucking snails in
like,
our backyard.
Why are you looking for Nyamangoro here? You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said. Yeah. That's what she said.
And you know what's funny? Like, if you're African and you live in the United States, or you live outside of Cameroonian, I'm not gonna say African. If you're Cameroonian that you live outside of Cameroon, you know, like when you were doing your documentation process, you was hiding that stuff.
Because you
like,
get killed if you
because
did.
it's
There's
people that have
jealousy.
It's people that have like gotten their visa and they're celebrating with their friends, and that was the last time they lived. You know, like because someone just drops on small thing, but you say, I mean, but you just drink and just die.
Literally, they'll burn your inside. Like they'll burn your inside.
Like they'll
up.
just empty some small chemical in there, and you just drink that and you just die. It's like, bro, So that's why my mom was like, my kids are about to get killed. So when our process for our documents was going through, like my mom was like, if you tell any of your friends, even when I came out here, I was beefed up with a lot of my friends.
Oh yeah. Like,
I was beefed up with a lot of my friends
that were close to me. Like I had this one friend that I did tell him, because the days leading up to when I traveled, like he was really close to me. So I told him like, hey, try to make it to my house before this time, because this is when I'll leave. But unfortunately, he woke up late.
Poor thing.
Yeah. So when he was getting to get to me, he was asking me like, oh, where are you? But like I had already gone in the car, and I was like, well, I guess that's goodbye.
Yeah. One of my other friends, like when I came out here, she texted me. She was like, I don't know what she said. She was like, I can't believe that, because I was with her every single day until I traveled, but she ain't know nothing that was going on. And she caught up to it at some point, but I was like, yeah, these people are just lying. Like you can't have no privacy.
I think that like people don't understand how difficult it is to like abandon your childhood friends and move to like a whole nother country.
I think we should do a whole episode on like moving out, like immigration status. Because it's a very difficult thing.
It is. And like I feel like right now people think it's normal, but it's not normal. For me personally, like whenever I see you and you have friends that they're like your childhood friends, like I'm a little bit envious of that, because I'm like, damn, I wish I could actually like knew people that were like in close vicinity of me that like went to school with me.
Or if we were like in a situation like our country was as good as Nigeria,
exactly,
like
where we could actually
where we could actually go back like and I don't know if we should give context.
Well, we should, I think it's our place to.
It's our place to. So right now, our country, Cameroon, is going through like a little war.
It's not a little war.
It's a big war. It's been going on since 2016.
I literally dodged it. Like I traveled right
I was
before
there when
it
started. I was in boarding school, and it was like a genocide, bro.
Yeah.
They were killing people.
I think we can go in detail and like make it its own episode. Like, shine what's
so we could talk about it. We
could
talk about what's happening in Congo too when we do more research about it. But so with that being said, we can't necessarily just go back home
it's not
and enjoy Dirty December like the other people do, because like especially where we're from the originators. Like Bamenda is where it's going on. You go back to Bamenda, you come by one leg.
I know, that's if you even come out of it.
If you come out of it. So it's like, we can't necessarily go back. Hopefully it gets to a point where we can go back to Bamenda and enjoy like Dirty December. Because remember the people that were like when we were much younger, remember when like people would come from the US to enjoy Christmas?
Yeah.
They had a good time.
The thing about the city we grew up in is that like it wasn't the most lavish city, but then it had the most youth. in that city.
Yes.
And so like all the like famous bars in the country and stuff like that, and like all of them were not like the most fancy places. They were literally hole in the wall
But
spots,
they were
popping. You know what I mean? Like a lot of kids come from like Yaoundé, Douala, all of these places,
just
and
to
they
party
had
there.
fun in
No, because
Bamenda.
Bamenda
It was great.
We used to have a bar called J4B. There was Las Vegas. Las Vegas was crazy.
There was this,
you know?
there was this bar called I think it was called Obama City. Placide would know what bar it is because he used to take me there. It was not you couldn't remember it because when he used to take me there, I must have been like 7 or 8. It wasn't really a bar; it's more so of like a pub. So like they used to call it off license, right? So you go there and it's like you can drink, you can eat or whatever. So it wasn't like a bar club type thing. It was, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
There was also another place called.
Yeah.
There was another place called it just slipped out of my head right now.
But I'm gonna
Bonanjo.
ask Bonanjo. Yeah,
Bonanjo was it was like a strip club.
Yeah,
and it was badass.
I went there once.
It was badass. Yeah.
Like that was my first time. I've seen it obviously on TV, but like that was my first time actually seeing it in person. I was like,
and let me tell you what, seeing that in person back home, you just look at this ashawo. Like look at this ashawo. What are you doing?
Do you know what ashawo means?
Do you know what ashawo means? Prostitute, bro. Like look at this ashawo. You should be ashamed of yourself, you know.
They're making a living.
But right now I don't judge obviously, but back home that's how conservative it was. You know, like imagine going on a Christmas night after going to church, because on Christmas Day, everybody goes to church, you know? Yeah. And imagine going to church on Christmas Day in the morning and then in the evening you go see a person, they shake nyash. You know, like in my I'm just like, look at this as shower. You should be ashamed, you know? But but yeah.
Okay, segment time. So for you guys who don't know what our segment is about, essentially it's an educational segment where we ask each other questions in our different fields. I'm in the business field and she's in the medical field, and we basically quiz each other on terminologies, definitions that we don't know to educate each other. And our segment is called Teach Me What I Do Not Know.
Yes, ma'am.
So go ahead and start with your questions of the day.
The last episode that we filmed that obviously didn't get aired was I asked her some questions and she got 2 right. And so I was like, maybe I went a little bit easy on you. So I modified the questions this time around.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So question numero 1. What is a normal adult temperature?
A normal adult temperature?
You could give me a number.
Well, I know it's between...
In Fahrenheit. I'm not asking in Celsius. I'm asking in Fahrenheit.
I don't fucking know the difference. I'm just going to give you a number, but I think it's... I'm just going to give you a fucking number. It has to be like within the 80s or the 90s. So I'll go with 90.
What, 90 what?
95.
Yes, so that is wrong. If you have a temperature of 95, you should go see a doctor because you're hypothermic. That is absolutely wrong.
Hold on a second.
You failed it.
Okay.
Don't try to explain your way through.
I know if you have over like a 35, then you have a fever, isn't it?
Well, I'm asking you in Fahrenheit. That's in Celsius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she's wrong. So the normal adult temperature is 97.6 to 99.5. If you have anything below 97.6 or above 99.5, you should probably get it checked. Okay, next. So I had explained to you what hyper and hypo meant.
Yeah.
Yeah? So this time, what is the medical term for high blood glucose?
High blood glucose?
High blood glucose. So if your glucose levels are high.
Hypertension?
That's why I changed it, because you thought I was going to give you hypertension. No, that's high blood pressure.
Oh, if your glucose is high? Hypoglucose?
And she's wrong again. It is hyperglycemia. So glucose,
how the fuck is that
glucose in medical terminology is you can either be glycemic. So hyperglycemia is high blood glucose, and obviously hypoglycemia is low blood glucose.
Damn, so I got that one wrong again.
Yeah, you did. I mean, I did ask you that last week. Okay, the next question, and I asked this already, so you better know. What is the biggest artery in the body?
Aorta.
Yeah, the aorta. Good job.
Got
good
that
job.
one right. I said aorta.
Okay. Next question. What is the fundamental unit of the kidney?
Don't look at me.
I don't even know the parts of the kidney.
Okay.
Bruh.
And
You know what the purpose of the kidney is?
Yes, obviously to create urine. Oh, wait.
It's not its purpose.
That's one of its functions. I don't fucking know. But
Okay.
well, it does create urine, but then it doesn't also have to do with like the processing of like liquids in your body, like water and like stuff like that.
I'm asking you what the fundamental unit of the kidney is. I'm not asking you the function of the kidney.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, the answer is the nephrons. You know how the neurons was the fundamental unit of the brain?
Yeah.
The nephrons is the fundamental unit of the
You
kidneys.
said nephrons?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Last one.
Isn't that 4?
Yes,
Oh,
but I
that's
asked you a bonus question and you knew the aorta, so I'm gonna ask you again.
Oh,
Another
okay.
one. What is the longest bone in the body?
3. The longest bone? Isn't it your thigh bone?
What is that?
What is it called? Medical terminology.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, I think I know. Isn't it called like the femur or something?
Good job, Yai.
Hey.
Good
The
job.
femur?
Yes.
Yeah, so I get.
Give it up for Yai.
You get a shot.
Yes, give it up for Yai. It's the femur.
Okay. Well, I ain't asking you
So
no
you-
questions
so
I've
you
asked
got-
before.
You got one right.
She got one bonus, right? So typically, if I didn't ask that question, she would have gotten 0.
Okay. Define an audit.
An audit. Okay, so let's say you have a business, right? And you need to audit some stuff. Like you need to.
You're not using the term to define the term.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it how it works at my hospital. So we have to do something called patient roundings, and everybody needs to do their job. You need to do your own personal roundings. Now the manager has to audit them documents. What I mean is he has to go through and pretty much do a check to see who does their work, who does the rounding. So that's an audit.
Give her a 0.5.
1.5. So you get a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because an audit is, well, in banking, because you are referring to, I mean, essentially it's the same process, but in banking, audit refers to detailed review of accounts or transactions. Most banks manage internal audits through automated processes. So that's pretty much what an audit is.
I
So you
was
gotta-
getting there, I knew that.
Not really. Okay. What is equity? This is very simple.
Oh,
I'm going
equity.
easy on you.
If I buy a house right now, I'm building equity.
Stop giving me fucking examples. Define what an edit and what an edit. Define what. Yeah.
And
like
equity.
Yeah.
Give me an example.
And equity is a thing that you build and get when you have houses.
She gets a 0 point for that one. I don't know.
What the hell?
I define equity.
Okay. So
It definitely wasn't the definition.
equity is the difference between asset value and outstanding debts.
Oh.
So the full value of your assets can be encumbered by debt, for example, a mortgage on your name. But do you get the point?
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. I think I gave you the opposite of this the last time, where I asked you to mention what accounts payable was. Now, what's an accounts receivable?
I don't remember what accounts payable was. But I can tell you what accounts receivable is. It's the amount of money that you're receiving that is beside. It's not money that you're. Jesus. It's the amount of. Jesus. It's the amount of money that you're receiving to the account as profit.
She don't get a point for that. Fuck off. She doesn't get a point for that. No. Okay, well, I'm gonna define it. The money that clients or customers owe a business for products or services provided to them. So like, if a company was to give out like a service to you and you don't pay it, then that's an accounts receivable to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That
Okay,
makes
so
sense.
next question.
Oh, I guess that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had like an aha moment, but yeah.
Okay, so next question. What is an AGI? I'm basically repeating the same question I gave you the last time.
I can't remember the terminology though.
Well, and that's an abbreviation, but an AGI is adjusted gross income. What is that?
Oh, yes. Adjusted gross income is your income after taxes and loss.
I don't. She's hurting my head at this point, but she doesn't get that one because I'm just gonna define it. Okay. AGI is a total income earned from wages or investments minus IRS approved income adjustments. Hence,
that's AGI.
AGI.
So minus IRS.
Yeah.
Adjusted taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Last question. Let me see.
I need to get this one right. Quit playing.
What? Oh, I think have I asked you this before?
Tell me what's up. I tell her what's up.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't think you've answered this one. What is a finance or what are finance charges?
Finance charges. I think I know what this is. So you have a business, right? And I always start with you have a business, right? You have a business, and you're making monthly payments. Those are finance charges. I don't think I'm far off.
You have a business and you're making monthly payments?
Let's say you're making money. Like right now, if we have this business and we're making monthly payment, we're financing this couch. That's finance charges.
What?
I don't scramble our heads. God said, confuse your enemies.
The fuck? So, okay, so a finance charge is definitely not what the fuck you said because like you're indirectly saying like a mortgage payment is a finance charge. Because you're making monthly payments on no, that's not what it is. So a finance charge would be like, let's say you get like a loan and like there's very fine prints. Like, okay, so they give you like a promissory note whenever you get a loan right? Okay, so
I know what that is, by the way.
Whenever you get a promissory note, there is like very fine print in there, which is why like they ask you to read everything you have in your promissory note because there might be fine prints that you can miss, and those fine prints are finance charges.
So why do you put them in fine prints though? Go ahead.
So an example would be I had gotten a loan and like a fine print on there was they were like, well, I had not gotten it, but I was looking into it. And the fine print was they didn't make this known, but I had to read the whole shit to know what I was talking about. They said you need a collateral, and a collateral was gonna be my vehicle. So in the event of me, like for whatever reason not paying that loan, they were gonna come take my vehicle from me, and that was gonna be like their finance charge, and that was gonna be like the collateral. That's just an example. They were gonna come take my vehicle as a collateral, but that was a very fine print. If you didn't read the entire thing,
you're gonna think
you
like
were
there's
not
no
gonna even know
damages.
what. Yeah, you were not gonna know what that
crazy
is.
though. You
Another
know?
example would be like, let's say you get a loan, right? And the price of the loan or the amount of the loan is like $10,000, for instance. And a fine print will be like you're not really getting $10,000. You're gonna get like, I don't know, maybe like $8,000 or something like that. But they like in the promissory note, they wouldn't really tell you like, oh, by the way, you're getting so and so. So in essence, finance charges are like are hidden between like promissory notes or whatever like document you get. But that's basically
that makes me wonder. When I have to file for my FAFSA and renew my student debt and my student loans, and I did sign I did get like a promissory note, and obviously I didn't read through it, bro. Like I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I didn't read through it, so that makes me wonder what like the student loans have collateral. That's the question.
I don't think it does. It definitely affects like your credit, but I don't
for sure.
know that.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
I was gonna define this real quick, and I did add some notes just to make you understand. But the cost of borrowing money involves interest plus various other fees that amount to finance charges. Right? Finance charges were hidden in the fine print of loan documents before the global crisis in 2008. And these days, when dealing with credit and lending transactions, finance charges need to be disclosed upfront. But there's a lot of companies that don't tell you charges up front. Yeah,
that's interesting.
It's one of those like think about it like you're buying something and there's a price and you know that there's possibly going to be taxes on there, but then there's an extra like $200 that you're like, where the fuck did this come from? Yeah, those are finance charges.
That makes a lot of sense. Dog. Okay.
But you still got it wrong. So
I think that was my last question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
our today victor is.
Oh, it's still me! Yay! Woot! She gets point. It's a 0.5. Yeah.
This pisses me off because the last episode I won, and they didn't see that I won, but it's okay.
Okay, guys. So we've come to the end of the episode. I'm gonna let you take it out.
Okay, guys. So we've come to the end of the episode. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, like I always say, go to Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, guys, and follow us on there. And we're gonna be coming back with more bangers.
Yep. Like I said, our last episode, unfortunately, we couldn't post it, but this was still great regardless. Oh, we didn't even mention we're in sweats today.
Oh yeah, we're in Christmas jammies.
Yeah, we're in Christmas jammies, just
celebrating the festive season.
Yeah, but that's it, guys. That's a wrap. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.